come in, have a seat, kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
Gokikenyo minasama, daijoubu desu ka? Osashiburi desu. Welcome to another Otaku Cafe edition. My name is Ethan. I am the co-head chef of the Otaku Cafe. You're probably wondering why I'm doing the podcast. It's because Matt fell overboard on a cruise ship. And no, I'm just kidding. He didn't fall overboard over a cruise ship. Nah, Matt's just taking a week off. He's just coming back from Dragon Con. Where he met my co-host for the week for the very first time. I am joined by the illustrious, the notorious Seanraku, aka Starman, aka Sean. What's happening, man, big dog?
What up, man? What up?
But how was that? That meeting?
Yo, we had a great time. Shout out to Marte. He met up with Matt and I. We all ate up at the Okuboru. We had ramen and sake and like we just had a great time, man. We had some good food. Doubled the ramen. Oh man, I had this spicy chicken ramen. I think Matt had the chicken ramen as well. I believe Marte had like the pork shoyu ramen. Quote me on that, but all the ramen was delicious, man. This was like the premier Michelin star rated ramen restaurant in Atlanta.
It put our ramen to shame.
As what?
It put our ramen to shame when we met up.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that now. I will say that it was like very flavorful and distinct. But ramen is one of those dishes. If you meet the basic criteria of what makes good ramen, then it's like it's always gonna be good because this ain't that ramen that you get out the store for $1 or 25 cents. This ain't that.
Cup noodles. No.
This is the real deal. But I feel like any uncouth individual who had to survive off a tuna pack and some ramen, I don't think you're gonna eat this and really be like, oh man, this is real good. I can't. I expect uncouth palates to be able to be like, man, I can't tell the difference. But you can absolutely tell the difference. Like if you got some class about you and your taste buds ain't just mediocre as fuck, then you're gonna really be able to taste it. Like this, I will say, if they would have added like just there were no fish cakes, there were no corn, there were no extra toppings that they had in there. That was the only disappointing about it is they didn't go all out with like the extra toppings, but like flavor. I've never had ramen with such flavor that wasn't like over salted. More chicken would have been good. I'm like, bro, give me some more chicken in this. But I'm gonna be honest with you, they gave me double noodle. Bro, I got full, and it's a good spot. You can take a date on. Like the food is just the food. It's about the food is really good. You leave full. There's no point to like out. But you can get like double meat in there if you would have gone paid extra. You could have got your double meat in there. Maybe next time I'll splurge on a double meat.
Pause that. You gotta pause that. Can't say
man, you
can't say you want double meat though.
Pause, nigga, chill. See,
Pause.
it sound like that. It sound goofy when you say it.
How
When
is
I
it
said,
not goofy, bro? I say pause all the time.
because I had to pause it when you said it. When I said it, that shit was just fly. But when you said it, that shit was like, ugh.
Man,
What is that?
you say, yo, you can order the double meat. If you want the double meat, you can have some double meat. I'm like, pause it.
What is that, brother? Brother.
Yo, I just heard that shit too. That's just funny. Word though, but that's what's up. That's what's up. We gotta link up again, bro.
Yeah, man. I done scratched 3 of the like 5 members of this like illustrious admin club off the list. I got 2 more to scratch off the list. I think I can probably see.
I live closest to Lucero, and I've never even like.
I can see Illmatic before the end of the year, man. If I pop out in Texas, like what's gonna happen is I'm taking Latin dance classes, so I'm gonna just pop up on him, and he gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Y'all have a motherfucking orgy. Fuck
Pause. Now you gotta pause that.
Do I?
Yes, bro. Like, ew, why you even
Is
go?
it like so? Is it pause like if it's like 6 bitches and then like you 2 niggas? I guess because y'all got pause because it was in the same.
I'm not getting into no freaky ass delusions. We here to talk anime. I am not getting in your dojin, your person Ethan dojin, bro.
No, you know what's ironic? Speaking of that, before we move on to the actual show, lately I've been staying up mad late to watch like Japanese documentaries. So on Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday, yeah. Tuesday, I stood up till like 3 in the morning, bro, and I was watching 2 documentaries. I watched a one on the Fukushima earthquake, and it's called My Atomic Aunt. And that shit was really, really good, bro. That shit was really solid. It's available on YouTube. It's a very old documentary. It was released in 2013, but it just recently fully got released on YouTube. So that's one I would definitely recommend. And then the second one I watched was a documentary on prison, on the Japanese prison system. And that was pretty solid as well. I forget the exact name of it, but it was on the Japanese prison system. And that shit was good. It gives you real insight in terms of like Japanese prisons, the Japanese culture surrounding discipline and surrounding what it's like in prison, because they did film people in prison for that. So that was pretty wild. And then yesterday, this is where we get to the dojin part. I was watching the Anime Man, and he is like obsessed with like the AV industry, not in like a really pervy way, but like legitimately looking for scoops and looking for like trying to breakdowns and like trade secrets, things like that. So I watched 2 interviews he did. The first one I watched was for what's it called? This like prostitute basically. And that was actually really like informational, bro. Like that was really like solid from that piece. It wasn't anything etchy whatsoever. The second one though, that was with like their like Peter North of Japan. And that shit was fucking bonkers, bro. Absolutely bonkers. I can't even reiterate the shit that was talked about on that fucking interview. So that was wild. And then I did watch a third documentary. I believe it was on Tuesday. I did watch a third documentary, and that was on this dude interviewing a Yakuza member, a former Yakuza who was running for office in Japan, in Tokyo. And he lost. I did Google it after the fact. He did lose this like past month, but nonetheless, I thought that was pretty solid from that piece. So I've just been staying up watching Japanese documentaries and shit when I'm not watching anime. So just a little bit of otaku news outside of that for the listeners.
You brought up prisons, and you brought up like, look, bro, watch this anime. This anime. You see it on my screen?
You could share stuff?
Yeah, bro, you ain't know that?
No, dog, what?
Yeah, bro, look at my screen. Look at my screen.
Rainbow.
Nisha Rokunobu no Shinchiken. Bro, watch this shit. The story of Bronze Brotherhood. It's about these guys who go to prison during like World War II.
Oh, and, shit.
Yeah, they go there during World War II. And the Americans have already like took over Japan for that.
So are they POWs?
No, bro. They're orphans, bro. Their parents got blew up, and a lot of them lost their parents, and they end up like living a life of crime, and they all get arrested, and they get in prison. And the only way they can really get their freedom is, the Americans like, man, we bored. I heard y'all can box, so they end up getting to prison, having illegal prison fights, and it was just like, man, if you can really box, the Americans are. you can go to America and be a real boxer, which is the lie that they tell them to get them, give them hope so they can get free. Because Japanese guards is like really, really like American dick, bro. And they really just like not literally, but niggas on American nuts real hard. So they really like beating up their own people, oppressing their own people just to kind of show out for the white man. And it's real good. It's about these boys in prison who ain't got nothing else except like just hope and boxing, and that's it. That is motherfucking it. That shit is good. I'm telling you, like, if y'all watching at home, be sure to check that out. I cannot stop raving about that anime. It came out like 2011, bro. It's dope. It's dope. You gotta watch it.
That does sound dope. That sounds dope as fuck. I can't lie. Cannot front. All right. With that said, we've done enough bullshit. The show should be short since Starman's Seanraku is not watching half the things that Matt and I are watching, or he's behind on half the things.
I'm watching them. I'm watching them like a civilized American, bro. I'm watching them in English.
We ain't finna have this conversation on the chat right now.
Watching them dubbed.
Yeah.
I'm watching them dubbed. I want to hear those beautiful English voices just speak and make sense and just bring all the emotion and vulnerability to these.
Never gotten that feeling. I've seen emotional clips. Doesn't hit the same for me, brother. But in any case, all right. So it should be a short show. You know the drill, ladies and gentlemen. We go over the news, we go over individuals, and we go to our shareds. So with that said, we'll go with the news, starting all the way back from the last time we were on the air, which was August the 30th. So we're at the 31st. First big piece of news is Classroom of the Elite has gotten a season 4. Was officially announced as of August the 31st, which was last Tuesday. So that should be a big deal from that perspective. I know, Starman, you watch what's it called, Classroom of the Elite? Do you not, sir?
I watched that shit.
Yep. So you're looking forward to it?
I skipped season 3, bro. I ain't watched it since old bro told girl to spread your legs. Yeah, I was I watched that season and was just like, bro, this ain't for me. This show did not become the show I wanted. I love Ayana Koji's cool, but I'm honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I feel that. All right, moving on. What do we get? Light novel. Shibuo Yugidi Meshi Waku gets a TV anime. Translation for that is playing death games to put food on the table. That sounds lit. That has been announced officially as a new anime coming in 2020 some shit. Apparently, doesn't say exactly, but it is coming up. Synopsis. Yuki wakes up to find herself in an unfamiliar manner, wearing a maid uniform and lying on a luxurious bed. Soon she discovers 5 more girls, all dressed the same as her. This is the ghost house, and the only way they can survive is to make it through the traps that lie in wait. Deadly games full of blowguns, buzzsaws, locked rooms, and weapons. It's a hopeless, terrifying situation for everyone there. Well, everyone except Yuki. After all, this is her career at 17. Do you think that's odd? She would agree. But that's how people are raised. Some people are raised. They earn their living by playing death games. So it sounds like Saw. Low key, right?
So I guess I need another seeking Kaguruguri. That's what I need. I need that. I don't give a fuck about none of these other games. I want that. Oh, Tomodachi game. That was interesting. I would like a season 2 of that. Y'all need to finish that.
True.
Also, I need a season 2 of Glitnir. I need a season 2 of that.
There's so many season 2s we could use by definition. So, it is what it is. That sounds like one I'll put on, though. It sounds pretty horrifying, but not so horrifying that I wouldn't watch it. So, that'll be on my list eventually when it comes out. Moving on. Oi Tombo gets a season 2. That was officially announced as well. Looks like... Oh, no, this is announced as new cast. Never mind. Inconsequential. All right, moving on. My bad. Compilation trilogy for Kido Senshi Gundam The Origin. OVA announced. So they are getting an OVA for this Gundam series. Moving on. What else we got? Additional cast and manga Sosen or Onmoyoi Yuji. Onmoy Yuji. I fucked that up. God damn it. I hate, one thing I hate about my anime list is it doesn't give me like the English off rip. Like I can understand Japanese, but to try and talk it sometimes, not so good at it.
I mean, it's two different types of anime fans. You got people who say Kimetsu no Yaiba and people who say Demon Slayer. You got people who say Attack on Titan, and then you got people who say Shinjiki Go.
Yeah, and Shinjeki
Right.
no Kojo or some shit like that.
So I mean, whatever's your pleasure. Like y'all say
I've
Roshi
never
there.
heard
I
Kimetsu.
say all her feelings in Russian.
I flip between the two for Alia. I've never once said Kimetsu no Yaiba ever. It's always been Demon Slayer. It's like saying like Dragon Ball. It's Dragon Ball.
No, it's not the same. They don't pronounce Dragon Ball differently. They spell it. They don't. It doesn't have like a But sometimes it is convenient to call the Japanese name. It's like, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah, I've gotten used to that with my analyst or
But
my
the fact that you are learning Japanese, I would think that rolls off your tongue.
Conversational Japanese rolls more off my tongue, but when it comes to actually like trying to read individual word,
gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm like starting to slowly read the kanji more. I'm starting to get that a little bit, and then obviously hiragana, I'm okay at it, I guess. But I mean, it's more conversationally. It's like Kore wa nan desu ka? Kore wa nan desu ka? Boshi desu. Boshi desu ka? So I just told you, like, what is that? Is that a hat? What kind of hat is that? That's what
Gojo hat.
Gojo desu. Ah, so desu ne. Oh, Gojo. I see.
Hi.
Mochiron desu. Subarashi. Those are all obvious for those ones, but nonetheless, you know what I mean? I could be like, Kabe no ao desu ka? I just asked now, is the wall black? Or sorry, is your wall blue?
It's gray. The light's blue though.
See, so but you know what I mean? Conversational. I'm having conversation.
I got you. I can do
it. Yeah, much easier. Anyway, moving on. Manga Sose no Onmyoji ends 11-year serialization. That translates to Twin Star Exorcist. Manga ended in Jump SQ's October issue on Wednesday, the 3rd of September, with its 134th chapter after an 11-year run, no less. So congratulations to them on that front. What else we got? Is that almost it? Believe that might be it. Nope, there's one more. There are two more actually. Original TV anime Mabashi Witches announced for spring 25. Looks like it's going to be done by Bandai Namco Filmworks. Is there a nope? There's no thing for this. Okay, it's 4 pretty girls though. 5 pretty girls sitting on a bench. So that might get a look at maybe.
I think 2025 is the theme for 2025 is going to be witches.
Really?
Yeah, that's gonna be the thing for next year. Quote me on that, bro. I put my stamp on it. Watch and see. We're gonna have this conversation. Like, damn, but there's a lot of witch anime. Starman, I'm like, yeah, bro. The theme for next is gonna be witches. Mark my word.
Man, this is a long one, and the only thing I can't pronounce is that last fucking word. Last piece of news. Manga. Chotto dake ai ga omoi dark elf ga isekai kara oikake tekita. That last word was fucked up. But nonetheless, that translates to, what happened?
Keep going.
Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. Manga was announced to get a TV anime in 2025. Synopsis of this show is Tsunohara Hinata thought defeating the evil overlord and returning to high school in Japan marked the end of his otherworldly adventures. But when Maria Bell, his first and favorite ally from the magical realm, follows him home, his daily life takes a fantastical turn. Just a month after his return, Maria Bell, a dark elf with a passionate and slightly obsessive lore, declares they're meant to be together forever. Now Hinata must navigate the halls of high school while living with a magically jealous girlfriend who takes School Crush to a whole new level.
I mean,
spectacle.
sign me up.
Life's unexpected twist in the exhilarating rom-com adventure.
Oh yeah, sign me up. I'm threatening it too.
You gotta see this picture, bro.
Coming out. Don't even know when it's coming out. It's like, yo, bro, sign me up. I still
Oh,
gotta
man.
finish plus size though.
I was gonna start it, and then I was like,
I mean, just 10 minutes a week, bro. I'm like, I can honestly, you can binge all of those in one day. You can finish the whole season in like half a day.
yeah,
Realistically, do it most anime, but 10
yeah,
minutes an episode, bro. You can kill 6 episodes in an hour. So I'm like, sheesh.
yeah, probably. I don't know. Fat elf nude tits. I don't know. TBD.
I would think the fan service would be right up your alley because she, and it's funny. It's funnier than Okatan, but we can have that conversation another day.
We already know how I feel about Nokatan. It's there. It's there. I got what I got from it. This last week actually wasn't that bad. There was one. Actually, no. Yeah, there were parts that were really bad, but there was one part in particular.
I can't wait this Sunday to check that out.
I died laughing. I died. I'll tell you the part that I died laughing on. It has to do with the plants. You'll see the plants. I died
planting the rice.
No, there's a different type of plant that you'll see.
Okay, cool.
And I died laughing when something happened during that moment. I was like, wow, that was funny. Okay. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to our individuals. Sean, you got 2 that you want to talk about?
All right. Magical Girl and Evil Lieutenant used to be arch nemesis. Used to be enemies. All right. This past episode, it's a really short and sweet episode. It was a Christmas episode. On this episode, the Evil Lieutenant and Byakuya, they ended up like having a first name basis. They do this whole thing where they do their names back and forth, and it's on some Kagome Inuyasha type shit. And it was really cute. But then that evil cat Familia came in, that me and Chris just can't stand. And I mean, no, okay. So I guess to paint the scene, because I'm all right. To paint the scene, you have to see it, but more or less, they're saying each other's name back and forth, and eventually it ends up like sounding sexual, because that's what it's supposed to do. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. It's animated by Studio Bones. It's just really a heartwarming moment. They got a chance to spend Christmas together because she's falling for him. She made him some hamburger steak shaped like a heart. He's like, oh, I think she really likes me, and he doesn't really know how to handle it, because he's the evil lieutenant, and his job is to stop this magical girl. But she was like, look, I don't have to be an evil lieutenant. He's like, I don't have to be an evil lieutenant. She's like, I don't want to be a magical girl today. Can we just cut this out? So it's Mira. So it's like Mira and Byakuya, and they keep saying each other's name. Mira, Byakuya, Mira, Byakuya. They keep doing. The cat comes in like, hey man, what the freaky shit y'all doing? And it's like, then they end up having a Christmas party. Everybody gets drunk, eats food, good time, and it goes off. Just a really cute, charming episode. Then the other magical girl with Tourette's comes in and just bites her.
Magical girl with fucking Tourette's.
It's a magical girl with Tourette's because she just opens the door and says fuck, and she just bites people. That's it, bro. She walks in the door and she doesn't say, like, she might talk, but more than anything, she just busts in the door. Fuck, and then they always beep when she says fuck. She says fuck, and then she'll just like bite you.
The mental image.
You got to see it, bro. I'm gonna put it in the chat, man. I got to sell you on this shit because it's another one of those anime where Hibana. Hibana is just like, bro, something's wrong with this girl. Hibana, something's wrong with this girl because she doesn't talk and she bites people. But she's this rich, spoiled, magical girl who just she's a badass. She can fight when she transforms. But when she's not doing that, bro, she has a foul mouth and she bites people. But yeah, that's one of my pleasures of the season. You're not watching 2.5, are you?
No, sir.
All right, 2.5. And 2.5 this week. Let's see, 2.5 this week. just kind of knock it out. All right. In this week's episode, oh man, it was a pretty good episode. So, Mayuri, who is the advisor to Lalisa and Masamune. So Masamune and Lalisa are at this conference. They say, hey, we don't want to lie. We don't want the manga club to be a manga club. We want the manga club to be the cosplay club. And they like, man, I don't know if we can get the administration and to sign off on this shit.
Mhm.
And it was like, well, y'all gonna have to win something in order for them to like recognize y'all. So it's like, we're gonna go to this Comic Cat and we're just gonna fucking something like Comic Cat. We're gonna go there, we're gonna fucking win the cosplay contest, we're gonna get notoriety, and that's how y'all gonna sign off on this shit. So Lalisa gets there, and when she gets there, this anime girl called 753. That's her name. I can't tell you her real fucking name, but she's a bitch. But she loves cosplay. She loves cosplay so much. She revealed her motivation is she wants to cosplay as the most popular cosplayers because those are the cosplays that the people want to see. That's so she does it for the people. But she's low-key jealous of cosplayers who cosplay and they love the characters that they cosplay because she doesn't know the character she cosplay is. If they popular, she do it because she pull it off, she do it. But Lalisa absolutely loves her cosplay, so she, so she always does it. Anyway, Lalisa does her Lilio cosplay, the Lily cosplay, and what ends up happening is she ends up losing her nerve because 753 ends up like getting in her head. Then they lose the skirt to her cosplay. But everybody comes together to help her find it. When she starts to lose her nerve, she finds out that Mayuri, their advisor, is actually one of the top 4 most popular cosplayers in Japan, and that's actually the cosplayer who made her want to cosplay in the first place.
Oh,
yeah, and that just like the thing is like Masamune knew it. He saw her off jump. He's like, I know you, and he's like, nigga, I'm at school. Don't say that shit. And he was like, well, you know what? If you don't be our advisor, I'm gonna just start passing out your DVD with all your skipping videos. So he blacksmelled the teacher into being their advisor. But she stopped cosplaying because she felt like I'll lose my job if they find that I'm doing cosplay. So she ends up giving up something she loved for work. And because she met these two wanting to do the cosplay club, it reignited. So she actually brings out that one cosplay she'd been working on that was a special edition that she never wore before. She finally premieres it at this convention. And the episode cuts off before, Lalisa actually gets her cosplay on. But the idea is she's trying to show up 753, who's cosplaying as one of the most popular video game characters that's out right now. In this episode is she's in love with 2D men. She doesn't like 3D men. And Masamune looks just exactly like her favorite 2D character. So she kind of like she looking for him because she thinks he's like that character brought to life, which is funny because he doesn't like 3D girls, he likes 2D girls, so they might hit it off. So I think this is going somewhere. This was a very charming episode. It was really cute. It was really cool. I was a fan of this episode particularly. This is a very emotionally driven show from the state of cosplays. If you're a cosplayer, you can relate to it. If you have a friend who cosplays, you could probably just relate to how it does with the cosplay community. Great show. Last but not least on my list of solos is No Longer Allowed in Another World. Last week's episode of No Longer Allowed in Another World was a very touching episode that had a whole theme behind it, like a moral. This episode was no different. It was about a other worlder who was a werewolf. In his previous life, he was in a wheelchair, and there was this kid that kept, helping him out every day on the way to school. And one day he sees this kid getting bullied, and instead of trying to stop the bullies, he gets scared and he runs away. Well, he can't run in motherfucking wheelchair. He rides away. He rolls away when he's seeing this kid get beat up, and he doesn't help him. And the kid reaches out for him and shit, and he cries in shame, running, rolling away from him. And then Truckun just clips him at the damn intersection. So he gets sent to the world, and he gets a werewolf, and he becomes strong. And he actually takes his he ends up being vindictive against all bad guys. If you're a bad guy, he kills you. So he's on this killing bad guys and giving children food and and whatnot. So eventually they end up finding out he's a werewolf and what he's doing. And one of the children that's traveling with Sensei is like, man, you can't be out here just killing people, dog. Like, I get it, but I have to be a hero and stop you, which is really noble because he was scared to pull his sword in the beginning of the episode, and they were getting terrorized by these bikers. He ends up becoming a valiant warrior, which is what he wanted to be in the first place. And Sensei ends up like sending the guy back home so the guy could get a second chance at like not being a cowardly piece of shit. Rewriting his story where he was just like, man, you shouldn't be a coward. You shouldn't run away. Like, just face it. And that's the whole moral of the story was like, it just emphasizes the idea that fear is natural, but courage comes from having a fear, but still going through what needs to be done for the sake of helping someone. That's what true courage is. Courage isn't not being afraid. It's being afraid and still doing what you got to do. Still doing the right thing. So, I mean, it had a very positive message. The last few episodes of this show have been carrying really strong emotional messages. So, this one was no different. And it was a fantastic episode, like really good episode. And I think last but not least, Delico's Nursery finally get some action after all this damn vampire talking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We finally get some action. I mean, nothing too crazy. They pull out swords and get their vampire Castlevania on. It was pretty cool.
Naruhodo. Thank you for that, Mr. Sean. All right, I got 3, like I always do. Wrap it up. All right, we'll start with slime just because it's been a really drab season. The only thing that really, basically in slime this time, the thing is underway. The little festival, the festival's underway, and Hinata basically plays what's it called? Chaperone to Rimaru's kids when he was teaching at the school because they shot their chaperone that was supposed to be there, the sensei. Is like, holy shit, Rimuru is a fucking demon lord now. Like, he rules this kingdom. I can't believe it. I thought he was just a teacher, little slime teacher. So Hinata ends up basically being the chaperone for these kids, and they go around and just eat a fuck ton. The rest of it just previews, like, the things done at the festival. There was one instance, though, that was really actually kind of unique. Basically, their research team, right? Their research team came up with a whole brand new concept of how to use full potions. They basically use, because we already know their full potions are better than any other full potion that's available in that world. And so basically they take a full potion and they pour it over a broken sword, and the sword fucking adheres and it's no longer broken. They're like, granted, it's not perfect, it may break again if you do enough things with it, but nonetheless, you can literally fix broken armor with the sword. And they're like, how is this possible? And they basically say that full potions, right? They work on things with souls, things that are living embodiments of life. And on like a brand, like just a basic sword or a brand new weapon of some description, it won't work. In order for it to work, it has to be specifically on a weapon that's been tuned, that's been honed and loved and cared for. And there's a lot of history that's with that weapon, because the theory is that after you use this weapon for such a long period of time, you become close as your best friend, whatever the fuck. You now have some sort of actual worldly bond to this weapon. And that's how the full potion is able to cure the weapon if it ever gets hurt, aka broken. So everyone was like, holy shit, this is such an amazing novel concept. Why the fuck did you not debut this in front of a bunch of what's it called? Scientific journalists? Why didn't you do it at a scientific conference? You're just doing this at your random opening festival. And they're like, well, Rimu's like, I didn't ask them what they were going to do. I just said, do whatever and it'll be fine. So he was shocked because he had no idea. He didn't ask. So when he saw this, he's like, what the fuck? This is amazing. Da 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 da. And that's really one of the key pieces. And the episode, I guess the episode also has Shion and her sister playing a really nice like classical melody with like a violin and a piano for the art performance. And then the episode ends with the beginning of their martial arts tournament at their brand new stadium that they built. So that episode on Friday should be pretty solid. Moving on, I didn't talk about the 2 episodes for either Otalku No Ko or Days with My Stepsister, so these will be a little bit longer since I've got to catch up since I was trying to rush last week. So we'll start with episode 7 of Otalku No Ko. It was pretty solid, honestly. Makoto seems to be lost and confused by Ryuji's obvious feelings from that piece, and we see a backstory of Ryuji and Makoto's friendship, including the true story behind the actual photo that he kept with him. Turns out Ryuji didn't take that photo. It was actually somebody else that took that photo as a prank. And basically, like, all these bullies were like basically fucking around with the photo, like saying, haha, you like boy girls, things like that. And Ryuji got pissed off and got into a whole ass fight for this photo just to defend his homie. And he ended up keeping the photo. And, you know, over the course of like this friendship, you know, he developed the feelings for Makoto from that piece. But in any case, basically Makoto, after it's all said and done, because it's like a flashback, we go to the flash forward where he sees the photo. He tries to play it off. Makoto tries to play it off, but he's acting like kind of funny. And he acts so funny, basically Ryuji like notices it, and he doesn't even please, like, all right, you saw the photo, and he just confesses, just point blank, just confesses. And Makoto apologizes for making Ryuji feel things for him in his girl form, because he's like, oh, you fell in love with me because you think I'm a pretty girl, but I'm still your boy. I'm still a boy. I still have a dick, basically. He didn't say that, but he basically is what he's alluding to. And Ryuji like got upset by that. He's like, I like you for who you are. I don't care whether you have a wig on or whether you are you in general. Like, I like you. And he ends up walking away like feeling kind of heartbroken. And Makoto really starts to think about everything. And this also translates into episode 8, because I didn't write about that piece, but it does translate, where Makoto is in this unique situation where, you know, as a cross-dressing boy that doesn't know whether he wants to identify as trans or not. And Matt will say differently about the trans piece, but in essence, that's what it is. He's confused by feelings because he ends up liking Ryuji, and I'll get to that in a moment. But in episode 8, he starts thinking about Aoi, and he starts thinking about, like, you know, things about her. So he's very, very sexually confused right now in terms of who he is and who he wants to be in essence. So that shines really through that episode. But nonetheless, as we continue through episode 7, the next day Ryuji basically leaves home early but doesn't actually go to school, and Makoto basically just chases after him. Eventually he finds him by the train tracks, kind of like when Ryuji's just like zoned out, and he grabs Ryuji and basically like asks him out. He's like, will you be my boyfriend? And Ryuji's like shocked, and he agrees. And they're like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is. Now we're together. But the episode ends pretty ominously with Aoi getting called in by one of her teachers, by one of the senseis, and they tell her something's wrong with her grandma. And the episode ends with her like streaming outside in this like dark, cloudy, like winter's day. And her and Makoto barely miss each other as she runs out. So then as we go to episode 8, we get the continuation of that piece. And basically she runs over to the hospital. Grandma's fine. She just, you know, got woozy and collapsed, but they keep her overnight for a few nights for observation, make sure she's good since she's older and apparently maybe a little sickly. So basically, I always kind of stuck at home, and she calls her dad, and her dad freaks out and was like, I'm gonna be there the first flight. I'm gonna be there tomorrow, right? She's like, okay, no problem. So she ends up like, you know, spending the night, everything's all good. The next day she goes to school, but they let school out early because basically they say there's a suspicious person around, so everybody go home early. So she goes home early, and she's taking a bath. And as she's taking a bath, she's naked, obviously, in the bath. She looks out the window, and she sees a figure in the window, and she starts freaking out. She jumps out, and she calls Ryuji. And Ryuji like hears everything, and he's like, all right, I'm on the way. And ends up like spending some time there when he gets there, you know, just being protective. And he's like, you know, I'm just going to spend the night here. No problem. So as they're chilling, whatever the case may be, playing cards, talking about things, a figure comes in through the front door, unlocks the door, comes in, and they hide, right? They hide in like a closet. And then eventually Aoi makes a noise. She opens the closet. The guy opens the closet door. They both fall out. and it's Aoi's dad. He came early, and Aoi's like, holy shit, my daughter's fucking gone bad because she's in the closet with a guy, she's bent over, what the fuck? And they clearly explain the situation and all of that, and they kind of are good from that piece. And basically the rest of the episode features two things. It features Makoto and Ryuji getting slowly closer to each other and trying to figure out where they stand in their new relationship. And the rest of it is Aoi and her father. And you could tell with Aoi's father, he is a loving father, but he's not a really good one. He really obsesses over work and the whales that he does because he's like an ocean biologist, whatever, marinologist, whatever they call it. And he obsesses over it, and basically he's gone for the long stretches. It's why like he never answers the phone, never responds to his daughter's text messages and things of that nature. So that night they stay up the entire night, they go to the beach, they see the sunrise, and they eat breakfast, and they just talk and things like that. And then later on in the episode, right, you see what's it called, you see Aoi make him dinner, and she makes dinner at like 7 o'clock, waiting for her dad to come back from being out wherever he's at. And eventually comes home at like 11:30. She's like asleep on the futon waiting for it, and the food is all wrapped. And he comes in drunk as fuck, and he basically kind of collapses for a little bit, and then he looks at Aoi, and he looks at his daughter, and he sees his ex-wife, who I guess she just up and left them. I think that's the story that they're going with, that she just abandoned them. And he looks at his daughter and sees the ex-wife, and for a split second I thought some crazy like foul shit was going to go down, but he comes back to reality, and he just sighs, and he looks at his daughter drunkenly and is like, I'm sorry for being like a shitty father, and then just passes out drunk, and makes Aoi feel a certain type of way about things. And so this is kind of like a Christmas piece from this perspective. So they go through as they go along through preparing for Christmas and things of that nature, and basically toward Christmas Day, he basically promises Aoi at the beginning, I'm going to stay with you until Christmas. And then at the new year, I'm going to head back to where we're at. Aoi's like, okay, no problem. Understood. Like, I think it's like Christmas Eve. And he's like, I have to go back now. I'm going to miss an event that I'm never going to see for another 10 years. Please, please, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And Aoi just plays it off. She's really upset. They zoom in on her like fist, and she's like clutching her fist because she's upset and angry and sad. But she lets her father go. She waves him off. And at the beginning of the episode, when everything happened with Aoi's mom, she fell down the stairs in like agony. Like, she was really like going through mental anguish, and she falls down the stairs and hurts her knee. And basically at the end of the episode, Aoi goes, he never paid attention really to me. He never paid attention to the fact that I was hurt this entire time, and never asked like, why is his daughter hurt? He just was only focused on like everything else around him and me a tiny bit, but not the way a father should. And so kind of ends. I thought it was going to end a little bit more like the Will Smith and his dad moment in Fresh Prince. It wasn't as bad, but there was like a little bit of allusion to that piece. And then finally, Days with My Stepsister. I'm trying so hard to get you into this, bro. Let me look up the last 2 episodes of Days with My Stepsister. Really, really, really trying, bro. I really feel like you would really like it, bro. So now this is my show's goal with you right now, is I'm going to try and convince you of Days with My Stepsister. So, and this is going to be a little bit long. I apologize.
Here we go.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
Well, the more I know, the less I'm inclined to watch, because it's like, oh, okay, well, I've heard about it. So please continue, because I want to hear it.
Okay. It's still an episodic recap, so here we go. Basically, episode 8 sees Yuta try to get Saki to come out of her shell more. And I'll tell you this, Yuta, they're both very like introverted, but Saki is extra introverted. Not because she's not popular or pretty or anything like that. She's very guarded. And both of them in general are very guarded because of their childhood traumas. So basically, you'll come to find out Yuta's mom straight like left them. She just cheated and just fucking divorced and left. And then Saki's dad, they haven't touched on it too much, but it seems Saki's dad was like a womanizer, might have beat them or something, and then he just dipped. So they're both like traumatized from their past. And so because of that, they're extra guarded with the opposite sex. So Yuta's been trying to get her out of her shell, not in any sort of crazy way, but just to like, try and be again like friend, that big brother, things like that. So he's trying extra hard to get her out the shell, and basically speaks to his mom one day when he wakes up early and her mom is there, and her Saki's mom is basically saying how she feels bad for Saki because she made her grow up really fast. She didn't get a chance to really enjoy a carefree childhood, and it's shown where now she's just hyper driven on being independent, growing up faster, working all the time, just working school. She does like hardly anything for fun, for pleasure, really for herself, outside of working to save money to be independent. And basically asks Yuta, would you please like take my daughter under your wing and try and give her a little bit of like mental freedom from that piece. And so Yuta tries, and he tries specifically by getting Saki to go to the pool because he was having dinner or lunch with a friend, and they mentioned, oh, did her friend, the third character, her name is Maya, did she invite you guys to the pool? And Yuta's like, well, I don't have her number, she didn't invite me. So one day after work, he asks, as they're walking home because they now work together in the same spot, he asks Saki like, hey, did you hear about Maya inviting us to the pool? And at first, like, Saki tries to deny it, but then eventually she gives up and she's just like, I don't want to go. Don't want to go. Don't want to go. Later on, we come to find out she loves the pool. She hates the heat. She loves the pool, but she just doesn't want to go. So eventually things get awkward between them because of that like interaction from that piece. But in any case, a few days pass, like I said, it's awkward interactions, all of that. And Saki ends up seeing Yuta and his senpai Shiori together, and it doesn't help the situation. Saki, as we mentioned previously in one of the other episodes, is extremely jealous of Shiori and doesn't help from that perspective. But nonetheless, they have a couple, Yuta and Saki have a couple heart-to-hearts about the episode, and Yuta makes breakfast for them after a night, of insomnia and things of that nature. But they both work, and basically Yuta tries to, again, get her to go. Like, we'll trade our shifts, we'll do things like that, all this other stuff. And basically the episode ends with Yuta and Saki walking outside, and Saki asks Yuta if he's dating Shiori, and he's like, nah, not. And Yuta's like, well, they aren't dating, but asks why. And Saki's like, she'll leave it at that. Didn't say anything. And then an after credit that previews, actually, you know what? The after credit doesn't even matter because I'm going to go over it since that's what it is. Days with My Stepsister, episode 9. This was awesome again as well. It's really one of the more emotional ones as well. So eventually, like I said, they go to the pool. Everything is great from the pool. But before we get to the pool, one of the things that I always talk to Chris about in the chat, Sean, is that they, in these episodes, give perspective. You see Yuta and Saki interact. Everything is basically from Yuta's perspective. And in the beginning of certain episodes, Saki every night, and you see her every night, she writes in her diary. The beginning of some of these episodes is her recapping the events that have occurred prior to the episode from her perspective, from within her diary. And obviously, there's a lot more introspection from that piece because of the fact that it's from her diary. It's her raw, unmitigated thoughts. And they go over all the stuff, but in her personal view, everything is just so much more like ginormous when it comes to the feelings, the anguish, the stress, all that stuff. It's all enhanced because it's coming from her diary. So we get the recap again in this episode of like stuff from her diary. And so they go to the pool, everything is good, they talk, they interact, and as Saki is doing her own thing, Yuta's looking at her. Yuta has an introspective moment of himself. Finally, after 9 episodes, after trying his best to deny her, he likes her. He confirms he likes her, and then they drop it. And then the rest of the episode focuses a lot on their chemistry and things like that. So basically from there, the pool goes well, everything is fine. They start walking home, and then we get an absolutely beautiful cut scene of fireworks beginning to go off because apparently there's a festival going on nearby, and we see these absolutely gorgeous fireworks. And then there's a moment between them, like where they start talking, and Saki just reiterates to Yuta how much like she appreciates him, how much she admires him, how much of an amazing man he is. And again, Yuta just really came to the realization with his feelings, and he's struggling. He's really struggling. He's almost about to confess himself, but he thinks Saki's going to confess. And Saki, at the end of her admiration speech, says, I appreciate you, Nichan. She called him Big Brother. and fucking it basically sets Yuta straight. He's like, I almost confessed. I don't know what the fuck would have happened if I did confess. And now he's really torn. He's like, if Saki ever makes the move, he's basically convinced himself, I'm not going to really make the first move. But if Saki makes the first move, don't know if I can resist that. I don't know if I could say, no, we're step siblings. He don't know. And so from that piece, we go on to the next day, and Saki wakes up early before the whole family. She takes a walk, and she starts reflecting on her diary. And she basically says, like, I reread my diary, and these emotions, these feelings that I've written are so plain, so obvious, and so raw. If anyone, especially Yuta, were to find out my darkest, like deepest, darkest, like feelings, life would be ruined on multiple fronts. And so before she leaves, she locks the diary in her like drawer, and she takes the key with her, and she's about to take the key and toss it over one of the bridges so that way the door can never be opened. But she hesitates. And we get scenes at various points in this episode and a tiny bit in the previous episode where we see a younger Saki with her hair not dyed blonde. She has very short hair. And so she goes basically to try and revert back to her past in a way, to a past where she was happy, where things were average. She cuts all of her hair. She leaves her hair now in like a bob, really short. And basically she is, again, continuing to talk to herself. And she ends up going to the beach, basically. Hold on, let me backwards before I go back. She goes, before I go backwards. Yeah, she goes, gets a haircut, all that's good. And then she takes a trip to the ocean, and she throws the key to the diary drawer in the whole ass sea, and basically says, like, let no one ever see these thoughts again, and just fucking tosses it in the sea. And so Saki gets home. Yuta sees her for the first time and is like flabbergasted. We don't know whether it's a good flabbergast. We don't know if it's a bad flabbergast, but he's absolutely shocked. Like, he's almost low-key trembling, and tells her, like, yeah, the hair looks good, all of that. But again, he continues to be torn by these emotions. Like, does he feel hotter? Does he feel shorter? And right before that, which I didn't write in the summary, Saki's mom showed him, a picture of Saki. And she had like this like curry type food. She's like, that's Saki's favorite thing ever, this dish. And he sees the younger Saki with the short hair. And now to see her now in this stage with the short hair, now the thoughts are flowing. They're still going. They're really, really going from that piece. And in the after credit from this episode, we see Saki hug a younger version of herself. She's walking basically in the ocean, and it looks as if she's in the ocean, like she's drowned. She's enveloped in water, and she sees the younger version of herself. She hugs herself, and basically, as she hugs herself, the younger version, that younger version disappears, and along with her goes the diary, and the pages in the diary disappear. And she basically exclaims as the episode ends, with this diary gone, with this part of me gone, I just want to be some girl in Yuta's life. I don't want to be the girl that ends up loving him. She's forcing herself to no. She's really trying and forcing herself to not do it.
Sweet home Japabama.
I love this shit, bro. I really, really, really love this shit.
Would you date yourself, sister? If you were in his shoes, what would you do? He's like, bro, I'm on live air. Yeah, man, if you were in his shoes, you were in his shoes, what would you do?
It depends. Like, with the same context?
Same context.
I might risk it. But we don't see the key though. We hear Saki's feelings. We understand Saki's story a tiny bit, but because we don't know the entire story, we don't know where the trauma is leading to. I will say one of the things that sells this show when it comes to the love interest is the chemistry is unmatchable in any of the other ROMs, right? Because you can say Indivisible is close because they grew up as childhood friends, but there was no real drama. There was no real struggle. You like to talk about the struggle a lot, right? when it comes to these things. There was no real struggle for for Rumi, Naori, and June. They just lived happy lives, and over the course of their living happy lives, puberty hit and they started looking at each other as man and woman. For these two, Saki and Yuta, they had trauma that basically that made them shut out the opposite sex for the good portion of their adolescence. And now they're at a point where someone can break down those barriers, break down those walls. Someone that understands you completely.
Someone can doesn't mean they should.
That might be a fair point.
I don't know. I've seen Domestic Girlfriend, and I really enjoyed that. But that really pushed the boundaries. That was really risque. So
there's only so far been one risque, ecchi moment in this show.
I'm not saying I need it for this show, but it's just I don't know. Hearing it's just I don't know. I'm happy that you enjoy this.
It's a slow burn. That's what I will tell you. This is a slow burn show, and only over the last few episodes has the actual like introspection really hit to the dynamic where you get to like start delving into ideas and principles.
We're gonna have some nice conversations when we wrap up and we start talking about ROMs and dramas from the season and what that.
Oh yeah,
I think everybody has a different bag, and there have been some a lot better than others this season, and I'm not gonna get into that, but
that's fair.
Exist.
That's fair. I love the shit out of this, bro. This is like top 5 contending. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. This is top 5 contending.
Like for you, like yeah, bro. It's cool. I get it. I do get it.
It's my shit, bro. I don't know. Did I convince you a little bit or not really?
Not at all, actually. Like the more you tell me about it, the more like I'm like, yeah, I probably won't. Like for me, I give you a spoiler, not a spoiler. I'll give you some insight on me while we're here. Less is more. When it comes to me, if you want to sell me on the show, tell me as much as you can tell me about it without telling me anything at all. And I know you like, wait a minute, what? Yes.
I tried in the chat and I don't know where that translated.
I mean, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But the best way to sell me on the show is if you can sell me on the show without telling me anything.
You like bullet points. You like magical girls, guns, drama, tsunderes.
Well, sometimes like you outline because Matt's figured it out. Matt figured out, I can get Starman hooked on this show. Hey, so this happens. I'm like, okay, sign me up. Chris, he'll know how to do it. He'll be like, man, if you like this, you'll like this because this happens. And I'm like,
he has that background. I don't have that background.
So. So I mean, I think eventually you will be able to get there. It's just that because Angel Next Door was held so high in your regard.
This shatters Angel Next Door.
When you start, what doesn't? When you start to geek out about a show and it reminds me of that, I associate with it. I was just like, man, I don't want this to be, if I ain't never watched Angel Next Door myself and I would have let Ethan sell me on it, I'd have been like, bro, what the fuck? This shit was terrible. So it's like, sometimes our taste just may not align, and that's fine, bro. I'm like 600 animes in, bro.
I'm 471 in.
I've seen way too much.
I have not. So this is a whole new world for me in terms of like storytelling from a ROM perspective.
Crazy. I was like, damn, you seen 400? I'm like, nigga, where? But that's why.
Seasonals. Bang them out. And especially COVID. I watched like 200 shows during COVID, bro.
Oh, so you watched everything in 2020?
I watched a lot in 2020, bro. I watched a fuck ton in 2020. I've seen a fuck ton, bro. And the other thing is like with all the greatest shows, a lot of the greatest shows have more than one season. They have 2-3 seasons. A lot of those seasons are like 24 episodes. So it's tougher. Right, I'm not discrediting that they're amazing. It's just when I was going through my binges, I was picking short shows. I went through.
I get it. I mean, like I said, bro, I've been around since everything was like Yu Yu Hakusho, 100 episodes, and everything was 26.
Yeah, no, like I watched Hunter x Hunter, and then I went through a stretch, bro, where I literally watched Clanad. I watched in like a 1-month stretch. I watched Clanad. What's it called? Bunny Girl Senpai, Snafu, and Fruits Basket.
All right, well,
and I was like a bawling mess in a lot of those.
Well, since we are approaching the hour mark, and I don't want to keep us here too long, I did skip over meal, over Mayonaka Punch. This week was a pretty good episode where Masaki goes home, and you basically learn that Masaki was a piece of shit sister. We meet Sakura, who is her sister, her little sister. And we learn that she's a piece of shit. Live is absolutely head over heels for Masaki, and I think it's absolutely adorable. But Fu, Ichigo, and Takage, they all go to her home. Just to kind of like, hey, we need to make some video. We supposed to have a week off, but you want us to make videos. If we gonna make videos, you gonna make the fucking video because we don't feel like doing that shit on our vacation. So they go to check on her. Plus, Liv can't just be without her, and they just go there. And her little sister ends up telling her, like, yeah, man, you eat my ice cream. You didn't want to play with me. You didn't want to hang out with me. Everything was about you. You like she pretty much airs her out in front of everybody. Everybody's like, yo, you a terrible fucking sister. What the fuck is wrong with you? And, the show is about second chances. I'm supposed to just reveal, even though sometimes I hate your guts because that's how we are as siblings. I'm like your number one fan. I watch everything you do. I watch every episode. I'm a big fan of everything you create. At this point, they have 400K followers. They got to get to 1 million. Otherwise, they got to move out the house. They got to shut down the stream. And if they get to 1 million, they get to keep it. But right now, everything is like.
How much longer do they have?
Well, they got like 4 episodes to finish this shit off. So it's, hey, can you do it in 4?
No, but I mean, like in the timeline, like because I think it was like 6 months. It was
Yeah,
like 6 months.
they got a half a year. So they got half a year to get the remaining, like the remaining 600,000.
Was it a year? Was it 1 million in a year? I thought it was 1 million in 6 months.
I mean, some I forget the exact timeline, but yeah, they got 6 months left to get this million.
Yeah, I'm like, they cutting it close.
Can they get it? I don't know. Maybe they can. But I mean, that's it remains to be seen whether or not that's something that they can pull off. I did watch Blue Giant, the movie.
I need to see it, bro. I need to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that with Matt one-on-one because that movie.
I want to be part of that. I gotta watch it. I got it on fucking Blu-ray. I just need to watch it.
Oh, you do, bro. I damn near teared up like 3-4 times watching that shit. Not because anything sad happens, but just because I'm a musician myself.
The music, I love jazz, bro.
No. It wasn't the music. It was the fact that I'm a musician and I play instruments. I know it's like the emotion because you can relate. You can't relate. I can relate. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain parts as a musician. It's like, fuck, I know what that feels like. I know what this is. You're rooting for someone. You want to see them like succeed, and it just feels good because you just kind of like, I can't wait to get into it with you. I'm gonna watch it again. When you watch it again, I'm probably gonna watch it again, just so I can like stay in the loop. But with that being said, my boy, we got about 4, maybe even 5 seasonal shows.
To
get to
You got 6. 6 of them bad boys to go over. You got 6 bad boys to go over. Let's start with. I'm gonna start with a story because this was a come down episode. This week's episode was a come down episode. I don't write about it though. So basically, I guess from that perspective, the episode starts off with Will. He gets his shine now. Everyone is just like they have like after party basically after everything's all said and done, and the sensei is like, well, we'll see how Will handles himself now that he's popular. And it was good seeing Julius and his fucking goons basically have to be like servants for the day at the restaurant. So that was cool. But yeah, Will goes to school the next day and everybody wants to be his fucking friend now. 6 years in, they ignore this motherfucker, talk shit about him, and everyone wants him on their team. And it was like, all right.
The friendship. He was eager to like.
Yeah, that's what.
Like with me, it'd have been like, oh, back then y'all didn't want me. Now how y'all all on me? I'd have been like in that bitch, oh, you know. But he's not that type of guy. He really has like the purest of hearts. But everybody gotta go to school. They're really like, yo, can you go to the dungeon with me? Can we go to the dungeon? Can you come roll me? Can you roll me? Can you roll me? Then you know, Coilette, she's like, hold the fuck up.
I've been holding him down since day one. Y'all fucking trying to snipe him.
Like, how dare y'all even come in here and try to like y'all just want to use him. Y'all didn't even like him. Like, so step out. You know what? I need to steer him away from all of this. You know what? She tried to save face and just like, yo, let's just go shopping.
We're going on a date.
Yeah, she turned it into a date. It was just supposed to be shopping, but Colette's like, nah, we're gonna go on a date. But she didn't tell him it was a date. She just said we going shopping. He goes
but
back.
his roommate figured out it was a fucking date.
Roasty, but Rosty.
Rosty. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all.
You weren't paying attention because like Rosty has had the hots form like on like I think the first, second, third episode. Rosty's like, no, Will is my favorite person in the world. No, before then, he's like when he brought up his roommate. His roommate is like, you know, that's my favorite person. I love Will more than I love anyone else. Like I love him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's always proclaimed his like fondness for him. He was like, no, I really love that guy. And in my mind, I'm like
a homie.
Like, well, I know what time we living in, so I know like, yo, somebody around here gonna be throwing up rainbows. You know what I'm saying? So I already I could smell it. You know, but the homie in me really wanted this to be like platonic homies because I'm just like, yo, homies can be platonic homies, but nah, bro, homie, just like, nah, bro, I'm feeling you. So we get. It was.
I died when you said in the chat. You were like, bro, the wraparound fingers,
bro. No, that's what I said to Amber, like Amanda. I was telling her about that in the thread, bro.
Yo.
It was the clinching. It was the interlocking hand holding for me, bro. Like,
bro, I was like, no.
The homies, you know what I'm saying? My homies are like brothers. Brother been looking out for you. He been building magical items, but when he was like, he pulled on his arm and I was like, yeah, bro, homie teased like that. But when he turned around, did that this hand and interraced and just like, I was just like, oh no, bro, you out of pocket. Nah, chill, time out, chill. Yeah. I literally paused the TV like, chill, like Roasty, chill, bro.
My jaw's on the floor. I was like,
bro,
before he does something in my mouth.
When he went back to her and was just like, oh, by the way, we take baths. You know, I'll be washing his
every night.
Like, bruh, chill. And then for Will to be like, is he a girl? And Will's like, no, he's a boy.
Bigger than none.
I'm like, whoa, what the actual, bruh, chill.
Bro, they're sword fighting. They might be sword fighting.
Chill. But he gets pulled to the side. All of the number one recruits end up pulling him to the side.
Yeah.
Sion and a few others. They basically come to him and say, hey man, look, Lahania. She comes to him and she's just like, Liana, she's like, look, we seen what you can do. You kicked they had the nerve to talk shit to him. Like, why did you invite him to slacker here? And she was like, he beat your ass. How dare you?
No, that was the elf guy. Elf guy is like, yo, he beat both of you. Y'all can't say shit.
I can't say shit. He was just like, bro, he beat both of y'all. Y'all can't say shit.
On the same day.
Like, why is y'all talking? You know what
he beat y'all on the same day.
Yeah, I was like, bro. So Wingnall, he's basically like, man, he agrees, like, hey man, you want to be, I'll join the party. He was like, look, man, we got to go into this dungeon and we got to go raid this thing. So do you want to be in the party? He's like, yo, they invite me to the party. He's the strongest people. And they just like, yeah, this time we really gonna do it. Cause Shion knows what he can do because he's seen him in the dungeon. So they all like, look, we all need these points. You know, you need these points. We finna go into this dungeon. And because all the floors are gonna be unlocked, this is the only time.
This is literally Will's last chance to make it to the tower.
Yeah,
his last one.
Yeah. Plus, he already has people in the towers who just like, nah, bro, we want him here. So, my theory was, I didn't know if something happened in the orphanage. Sometimes I wonder, did Will have magic ability and he gave it to his best friend when he was a child, and that's why her magic is OP as fuck because he just loved Albus.
No, I think it's like I think it's kind of like Rudy. Like, you know, Rudy, he started doing magic at like 2 or whatever. And then because he started so young and he grasped it so quick, that's why his mana is so exponential. Because he's been like, you know, going.
Rudy, nah, see, that's different. Rudy had a fundamental understanding of how magic worked in fiction. Yeah. And because his imagination could like perceive magic in a way that these people can't imagine it, he was able to expand his magic because he came from fiction. It worked the exact same way in Seven Prince. But that's another show, another day. But no, man, Will doesn't have any magic. He has magical items again. The roommate homie, you know what I'm saying? Hook him up with the magic items. And Coilette is like, nah, I'm not gonna let y'all set him up. I'm coming with y'all to the dungeon too. And he's like, bitch, we didn't invite you. Why are you here? And he was like, man, if Will gonna come. And then
she's gonna slow him down. We already know she's gonna slow him down.
Nah, she's absolutely not gonna slow him down, bro. They have all the elements. Shion is the fire, the elf one. He's the he's like the wind, the wind. No, he's wind.
Wind.
Coilette is earth.
Yeah.
You got ice.
Yup. And then the other girl.
So I mean, you got like
I don't know, light.
Like what, lightning or something? I don't know, lightning.
You got lightning.
Yeah, bro, you got the avatar in this bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they the S-Team avatar right here. So to close out the last few episodes with this dungeon arc, after we get the revenge arc in the middle of the season, yeah. This was Wisteria is definitely ending high, very high on my top 10 list.
Same.
It does not disappoint. It has not been disappointing at all.
No.
At all. This show has been delivering. It's a damn shame it's not double core show, because this show has been amazing so far.
They could use it. They could use that. Yup. They could use that. What the fuck is my cat? Moving on. We're going with Elusive Samurai this week. Another solid episode.
Very. You want to start us off?
I got to figure out what the fuck my cat is playing with. So you start us off in the interim, Starman, while I figure out what.
Okay. All right. This episode starts off with Tokiyuki. I love Tokiyuki. I just want to say how much I love Tokiyuki. Tokiyuki is awesome. All right. So while Ethan's away, for you viewers at home, I'm going to tell you about Tokiyuki. Tokiyuki is the shogunate's son. The shogunate was a puppet, not in real life, but in the anime, his dad was a puppet ruler. He's going to actually be the real shogunate, but he's gotten overthrown. You know the story if you're watching. Okay. So there's this guy named Shokan. Shokan is currently in a life or death battle against Tokiyuki. Tokiyuki is he was taught a special move by Fubuki. Fubuki taught him a special move. That if he does this special move. Apparently, what he did was he held his sword. He eluded so much he was able to stab him and cut his tendon in his hand. So now this guy only got one hand, and he bled his carotid artery. I don't even know if I know that carotid net. He cut one of the arteries in his hand.
So he severed a major artery. He did it downwards. If you really want to off yourself, you cut yourself this way.
So Shokan is he straight 13 reasons why this nigga. So he bleeding, bro. He bleeding around the whole room,
everywhere.
And Tokiyuki think he motherfucking Sonic, because this nigga's gotta run fast. He's running in a circle, running up and down.
It's so creepy too, because the nigga's smiling. He's like,
bro, I love Tokiyuki, bro. I last season.
He really is
last season. That's what, bro. I'm telling everybody, if you like Tokiyuki and you like Elusive Samurai, y'all would have liked Seven Prince. It's the same fucking energy, energy, bro. Exact same energy. And plus, the characters of these boys who are just amazing and just fun and just cool as fuck to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's so shout out Tokiyuki. I might name my son Tokiyuki because I just love Tokiyuki that much. Anyway, he's having this battle with Shokan, and Shokan is like, all right, I think I'm gonna die. What's wrong with this boy? He starts seeing him smile and shit and running. He's like, yo, this boy.
He literally saw Buddha. He's like, this is the incarnation of Buddha, and he's killed me.
So prediction, he's gonna switch sides.
Yeah.
He's gonna switch sides. He's like, oh yeah, boy, this boy is
Buddha.
Alert,
he didn't die.
He didn't die. Sorry, spoiler alert. He didn't die. He gets saved. Man. I hated the fact that he did get saved, but everybody kills. Fubuki has the coldest kill the whole episode, though. He kills, bro. I'm talking about, bro. He slashed this man neck off with some scissor action, bro. Like just both swords, same time, blood spatter everywhere. This man had a dope ass pose. He just killed them.
He's
So
savage.
yeah, Keijiro and Ayako, they have their double match. Like they're like, it's time for us to stop playing with this old ass motherfucker, bro. And they
bro, she took off her kimono. Old
Yeah.
girl took off her kimono, and then that was a wrap.
Well, Shizuku was like hitting him with like sleeping darts.
Yeah, that was true too.
Yeah, so he got hit with these darts. Like, man, these kids ain't bro. These kids is absolutely about to kill you. You know why? Because you got jumped. You got jumped. Like the girl.
That was 3v1.
As soon as she hit him with the sleepy arrows, it's like, oh boy, that's a wrap now. You falling asleep. You falling asleep. You can bite your tongue, do all that other fancy samurai shit, bro. They finna kill you because now you're on an even playing field with these children. They gonna be sick when they get grown, but they kill him, chop his head off. They're about to lose though. They're about to lose when they start to get overwhelmed when Sadamune comes back with 100 soldiers, and we're like, oh shit, it's 100 soldiers. We don't know.
Yeah, he's the one who saved Jokan or whatever.
But then Gimba's like, yo, I came back with the whole fucking army. So it's like, wait a minute, yeah, I got the whole Suwa army with me. So the whole Suwa army shows up, and he's like, yo, Bug-Eyed dude is like, no.
Not today.
Not today, bro. We gone. And he looking around. They still shooting his men with arrows. Yeah. And he just dipped. And I'm just like, bro, he's like, yeah, man, like this Suwa tribe.
I'm losing the battle to try and win the war.
Trying to win the war. I'ma leave. And he told the dude, like, bro, you can't be no bandit no more. You're gonna have to serve me and like be a soldier. And the whole time the dude's thinking about Tokiyuki and the Buddha. He's just like, yeah, man, whatever.
And Sadamune is just like, the bandits left his eyes. He's no longer a savage.
Yeah, no longer savage. He's like, no. That boy got saved by Tokiyuki. He baptized that boy in his own blood. Like,
I see him switching.
I'd absolutely see him switching. If he don't switch, it's gonna be crazy. Looking at where we are with this episode, a few episodes left, I'm really thinking this season 1 is not gonna finish this show. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hell no.
I'd be pissed off as hell if they just wrap this shit up.
No, because he's gonna this. I think the season ends with him defeating Sadamune finally. But then we're gonna get how many other retainers does the fucking demon the demon whatever the emperor have now?
Bro, we got to see what's going on because the prince of like he tried to fight the prince a couple episodes ago, and he killed all his homies.
Yeah, he did.
And then everybody was like giving him hugs covered in blood, like, oh my god, are you
y'all don't see what the fuck he just did to 100 men?
It's like, bro, we can't let him in, bro. Don't let him. Oh my god, what the fuck have we done?
That battle's gonna be fucking nuts. Tokiyuki versus him.
Bro, everybody got to level up. Like Tokiyuki's gonna need all the help he can get because you can just run and be elusive, but this guy's a demon lord. Like that's what they call him, a demon lord. I love damn, this guy's a real fucking demon lord.
Bro, he got like 6 eyes inside of one. He got 12 eyes.
Bro, all these folks got some Inuyasha like Naraku demon shit going on. I'm like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell y'all got going on? But I love it, man. I still don't understand how this show has not hit an 8.0 on MAL yet. It's still it's a 7.9. It's up there, but it still ain't no 8 yet. I need this shit to be a whole 8. Elusive Samurai is extremely high on my seasonal list.
Oh, I have this right now at like a 4.25 out of 5. If I would have rated today.
If I rate it today, it's if I rate this today, it's a solid 4, maybe even 4.5.
I get a 4.25 right now.
You know what? It's I'm gonna get into that shit later. It's like in some scenes the animation team chose to go full on CG, and that shit was not done. They rushed it. It wasn't complete.
No, I like the original style that they do. Yeah, because it's different. It's different.
I like the original style, but like the episode when they were doing with the horse battle, like like that whole. I was just like, bro, what the brother, brother, what is that? That's how I was feeling like, dog, what the fuck? Y'all was doing this amazing 2D shit, and now y'all do this cheap ass CG real quick just to fill in. I'm like, bro, fix this shit before the Blu-ray, my G. Like this ain't it, nah. Y'all supposed to be competing for best animation, And just because of that, y'all ain't gonna get it.
I've got it competing for best visuals.
Best visuals mean backgrounds and shit.
Overarching, like for example, the one that really sticks out that all of us were like, "What the fuck?" is when you had Jokan with the head and it's like dripping down his face into the fucking sake dish.
Oh, I mean, that's visuals, not animation. Visuals, I'm thinking like background, like
It's all, to me, it's all relative. It's fairly the same, honestly.
No, bro. That's like watching The Call of the Night. The Call of the Night is not like one of the best animated shows, but god
Their
damn,
visuals are incredible.
their visuals are breathtaking. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Visuals are breathtaking. It's kind of like Dolico's Nursery. Like Delico's Nursery. Delico's Nursery, like animation wise, is better than everything I'm fucking watching. Like the hand drawn shit is just amazing. It's just hand drawn shit. Story wise, I don't know what the fuck they doing, but that shit just is drawn. It just looks great. It's like, damn, bro, everything looks like a fucking walking painting.
I feel like the CG, like the CG that did it right is still Trigun. The new Trigun Stampede. That's the absolute best CG I've ever seen in anime. That's why I rate this so high.
So in Heroines this week, Lemon ends up. No, I'm sorry. I'm actually on episode 6. I'm not far along as Ethan, which is a shame. You know, I always wanted to talk Heroines with y'all. Like Heroines and Alia are the two shows I really want to talk with you and Matt about. Except since I'm dubbed, we have to like go back 2 episodes and recap.
Yeah.
Just for
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot you dub on Heroines. We can't even talk about Heroines. That was gonna be next. I was gonna talk about.
I would rather do that than talk about my solos, but y'all be like, no, Sean, sell the solos to the people that they ain't watching. And I'm like, I'll talk about these shows that I want to talk about. That y'all,
you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this because we only got 3 more shows to watch. We got Oshi, we got Indivisible, and we got.
Let's keep going. Let's keep. I'm not saying let's do that now. I'm just kind of like,
no. I mean, bro, we got time. So fucking, what's it called?
Next time.
Talk about it. Let's talk generalized. Give me generalized thoughts on Alia and.
No, I want to talk about these toxic ass twins. That's what the fuck. I'm on these toxic ass twins.
All right, let's talk about this week's twins, bro.
Okay, before we even get to that, so I said in the chat last night, it's a clear defining distinction this week as to which twin is toxic and which one is just, a high school girl. One of these twins is just toxic. One of these twins is like playing mind games, but one of these twins is toxic. So who's the toxic twin, E?
To me, it's always gonna be not Rumi, Naori. Always Naori to me.
Naori is not toxic, but Rumi is toxic.
Why? Oh, because of the whole blow up at the end that we'll talk about?
No, it's because Rumi, I'm gonna paint a picture. Rumi had a guy play basketball on this episode. Guy play basketball. He's like,
chill, tall, nice. Okay.
Look, I'm tall. I play basketball. I like you, and I want you. Look, we'll have some pretty tall basketball athlete babies. We can actually have.
You didn't allude to that, but okay, you're painting a picture, so keep going.
We can have a whole basketball family. You can be a real basketball wife, not just a wife. You can be a player and a wife. Like we can. Let's do it. We have the same passion, the same talents, the same desires, baby. I like you. I want you.
I just want to suck June's dick.
But Rumi's like, you like me. Damn, why you tell me you like me? He's like, because I fucking like you. Do I need a reason? Whole time she got old homegirl in her ear. Raya in her ear. Right, Rayra is in her ear the whole fucking time on some girl. I don't know why you listening to him. He's just a player. He just be saying that. He trying to manipulate you. He tried to
dirty.
Yeah, he asked you how you felt about June and why it wasn't working, so he could get you to let your guard down and feel bad, so he could be the one to ask you out.
You're not wrong.
I'm like, bitch, you just stop hating, baby. You hating. This is just laying down game.
She got a man too. And she's like upset because that nigga wants to fuck all the time with her.
Like, bro, this dude is out here trying to seduce, baby. He ain't doing nothing illegal. He ain't doing nothing manipulative. He's just like, bro, I like a girl. And I'm just trying to tell her, look, this ain't even dirty Mac. And it's just like, didn't you used to go with June? Yeah. Y'all don't go together no more. No. So he going with your sister? Well, not really. Okay. But so neither one of y'all go with him, but he hug your sister. But he only did that because she made him. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but I like you. I want to take you out. Well, I can't do it. I can do it just a friend. I'm like, hey, bro, don't friend zone yourself thinking you gonna just wait in the tuck and then pop out. Hey, I'm your boyfriend. But I already know that's what he gonna do, because that's what all these little niggas do. He think that's the move. I'm like, all right, player, go ahead. Anyway, the reason why Rumi is toxic is because she calls her ex. I ain't gonna even dignify this nigga name right now. She calls her ex
Oh my god.
to tell him. No, to ask him, hey, do you talk to blah blah blah? Let me get old buddy name, man. I'm in MIL trying to find. Did you get
Yeah, I'm looking.
Toyoshige? Toyoshige. Did you Toyoshige? Did you talk to him? He's like, man, we bullshit in class, but no, what you want to talk to me about? Oh, nothing. I'll talk to you later. Good night. Click. The fuck. Next day, he asked me out. Okay.
That's why you asked me about him last night.
So that's yeah. Oh, okay. Well, he didn't tell me. So what are you gonna do about it? Well, I don't know. What do you want me to do about it? He's like, that ain't my business. That's
Yeah.
y'all ain't got nothing to do with that. And he's like, are you that wrong answer? And he's like, well, look, that's not my responsibility. That's not even my place. I don't want to be disrespectful.
We not together, right?
We not together, right? Well, no, technically no. Well, we ain't together. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, so you need to figure out what you want to do. Bye. Hung up. She had the nerve to call him, get mad because he didn't talk. He didn't get jealous. He didn't talk her out of it. He almost was like, well, shit, what's holding you back? He a good dude. You might need to talk to him.
I got Amania. now. I got bimbo blonde bitch that's an otaku.
If that wasn't toxic enough, she then goes to the enemy,
her sister,
and tells her everything. After her sister's like, look, I'm gonna get close to this nigga. So what did she do? She playing smart. She was like, oh, let's start a club.
You gonna tell your sister?
Bro, I'm gonna start a club, and you know why she's such a G? Bro, Nayora is such a fucking G, bro. This why this bitch real as hell. She the real one, because I'm gonna put the bad, bro. I'm gonna put the gal. I'm gonna put the gal girl in the club with us. I'm gonna put my best friend in the club with us. Matter of fact, I'm gonna
put the guy that I want, the guy that I friend zone, who's best friends with the guy that I want,
bruh. So y'all two guys get to be surrounded by us three beautiful women, three beautiful girls, and we get to just talk about
anime and movies and books.
Pop culture club, bruh. Bro, she delivered the dream on a silver platter to these boys. Like the dream, bro. I don't see nobody, bro. Ain't nobody,
bro. I love that Amamiya didn't even give a fuck about Jun's friend. Like, who are you? I never seen you before.
Hey, I love how she playing cool, because I really like her.
I didn't like her at first, and now like I like her. I like her more. I like her, and I like Naori's best friend more than I like all the other girls.
Meow. Nah, she's cute. But no, man, Nayor's playing chess, and the whole time, Shawty being toxic, getting mad that her ex ain't getting jealous or trying to tell her what to do.
That's a thing. It's so true that that's a thing, bro. Because it's like you can like move, like literally, if you haven't moved on, women don't care, bitches don't care. When you move on, that's when bitches care. I remember distinctly, bro. Like I was messing with one chick, we broke up. I wanted her back. She said no. Things were what they were, and then I was like, all right, and I moved on. I got myself a different bitch. Tell me how 2 months after I started like hooking up with this other bitch, she comes back and like hooks up with me on purpose, just to like kind of like put them like I can still have you when I want you. And my dumb ass was like, yeah, you can.
Rookie mistake. But nah, man. She's playing. One twin is playing chess. The other twin is like really, like, and I mean, he even can't. I mean, I'm just looking at it like, girl, you might as well make June jealous. Put him in a position. But I ain't saying use Buddy to make him jealous. But I'm like, you might as well. If you willing to if you already toxic, you might as well be toxic to him. You got to poison everybody at this point. Shawty, you toxic. Your job right now is to poison everything you touch. You got to poison your sister. You got to poison the basketball team. You got to poison basketball buddy.
He's not built that way though.
I mean, that's her friend. Her friend. I'm just like, look, Shawty, you can't just half-ass this. If you're gonna be toxic, I really need you to go in. You really got to
She
go
don't want
in,
to be toxic. That's why I said she's not toxic.
bro. You got to. You
I
can't.
gotta think. My thought is the girl that always talks about how I don't give a fuck about my sister. Like I care about me and June. I'm trying to fuck June. I'm trying to make June mine. Fuck my sister. But I just need him to say fuck my sister, and then we can fuck together.
Man, because she was just like, look, man, go and see that boy. Last episode, she was like, "Yeah, you go see June. Have you talked to June today? No,
I
you
thought
need
they
to
were
go
gonna
see
follow
him.
up on that.
I
She
know,
left mad. She left mad late to see June. I thought something was gonna happen where like a potential hookup was gonna go down, but then he would have thought about Naori and said, "Nah, I can't fuck you
bro.
because Naori."
Naori said it. I'm taking the gloves off tomorrow, sis. And the next day in school, hey, let's start a club. She was like, oh no, I'm finna
No,
spend
no,
this
no.
money.
That was a few weeks. No, that she said that taking the gloves off, and then she hugged him. This was like a few weeks later, a couple weeks later.
No, I'm saying Naori was like, I'm taking the gloves off, sis. She said that shit to herself after her sister left to go see June.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, I'm playing dirty from now on. From now on, gloves off.
Don't you want to tell your sister? Nope.
Nope. Nope. I ain't gonna tell her about the club. No, I ain't gotta tell you now. I was just crying to you about June. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
She ain't gonna tell me shit.
No,
even though she did.
You dated this man for a year. You dated this man for a year. You knew your sister liked him, and because
you beat her to the punch. Good for you.
Your sister didn't want to pull the trigger, so you swooped in, pull the trigger, you pull the dude, you propose to him, you swoop in, you get him for a whole year, he head over heels for you, you barely kiss and touch the dude, you know what I'm saying? But he still he like you, he love you, he really want to be with you. Then you break up with him out the blue for no other reason other than my sister deserves to have a turn. I'm gonna give my sister my leftovers on some pity shit because I done had this nigga for a year. You have no I want you to taste this nigga because I want him back. But then when she started seeing them kick it together, being like, damn, I broke him. I don't deserve to have him
bro,
back.
You know, you saw her face, bro, when fucking Naori was like, yeah, me and June just had sex. My pussy hurt. Still, you know, it was rough the first time. Her face was like, no, you really didn't just fuck him after I've been with him for a year and barely kissed him, and you gave him the pussy in like 2 weeks.
And she's bro, because she even told her sister, I already made up my mind I'd do it. She told June, I've already made my mind to do it, but whenever you ready, let's go. Like she's already like, look, I was waiting for you to ask me out. I was not gonna ask you out because she is so enthralled in fantasy and fiction, and what always happens in fantasy and fiction is it imitates real life. A man's role is to ask the woman out. I would love if in this world of equality that
you're cutting out. You're cutting out. Your internet's going bad, dog.
equally and both people approach. I think that shit would be lovely if men and women approached each other at the same rate. If men and women led in relationships at the same rate and express their roles, their wants and needs at the same rate and communicated that shit. That should be cool. But a lot of that's just left on the men to do. So she's like, look, I'm not going to ask this man out. I'm not going to ask you out. I'm the princess. You got to ask me out. He asked her out. She said yes. That's all she was waiting on. The difference between her and her sister's like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of it. I'm going to ask this man out because I want him.
And there you go. Damn. We lost Starman. Son of a bitch. Minute 33, 30. Minute 33, 35. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. One moment. Uno momento, por favor. It's on. One 33, 35. Now we gotta wait. There he goes.
Bro, what in the hell?
You were cutting out and then you were gone.
Bro, I don't know. I guess some internet shit. Well, let's move. We can get ready to move on. All I was saying is one sister cared about, she was caught up with the gender roles where I needed the boy to ask me out. And the other sister was like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm going to ask him out because I don't want the other girl to beat me to the punch. Her sister was never gonna ask June out. She was just waiting for June to do it. She was gonna wait. They would have been in college. She would have still waited. Because she was just like, look, I'm the princess in this story. Her friend even refers to her as the princess. She has to be asked out. Like, she's very feminine. That's the thing about her. She's very feminine. She's gonna adhere to that feminine role, and she's always gonna. She needs June to lead. She's like, June, you're gonna have to lead. You're gonna have to lead everything. I'm gonna give you enough hints and let you know that I'm ready, but you're gonna have to lead. You know. But Rumi's like, I'm gonna lead, so I'm gonna do it. But she has second thoughts whenever she does. So. Sucks for her, toxic ass. Next.
They both toxic. They both toxic, bro. It's still entertaining as fuck, but they both toxic.
I'll give you that. I just think one is more toxic than the other. Nayor is more fun to watch, though.
You know what? Y'all just convinced me to do something here. I just bumped up Near by a slot. You talking about Heroines. That's my little spoiler of the day.
Oh, Near's been smoking, bro.
I'm so mad we can't talk about some of these shows, bro, because so many are fire. So many are motherfucking fire.
I mean, bro, I get it. Y'all don't want to recap 2 weeks ago. Like, oh, we've talked about this 2 weeks ago. Now Starman's finally here. Ain't my fault. I've been ready to talk. What's the last show we got?
Got 2 more. Co-main event. Code Geass. What's it called? Penultimate episode. Episode 11. This shit. Another one that's high on my list.
Code Geass, man, they didn't do what they should have, could have, and what I would have done with all those damn cameos. They left them as cameos. I didn't get to see.
There's still one more episode, brother. If the world is on the line, spoiler alert, we're skipping all the way to the end. Fucking Sakura is basically like, this guy is a menace to the world. The world must stop him.
Bro, I've seen this shit before, bro. I've seen this Gundam ass shit before. Oh, this guy gets an unbeatable motherfucking mobile suit. That's unbeatable. And then, he gets
for the record, he kicked Catherine's ass. He kicked Ash's ass. And he kicked, he's about to kick he hasn't kicked, what's it called? Rosé's ass yet. But
Catherine will be back.
Yeah, no, she's not dead.
Nah, she got thrown off a cliff. He didn't even kill her.
You know why she's not dead? Because those big old titties fucking saved her. The fucking floating device.
You lied about that.
Big old bitties, dog. Oh my god. But no, it's still a great episode nonetheless. We see one of the main what's it called? People from the resistance. He sacrifices himself in order to clear out a fuck ton of the what do they call them again? The Lokis. So those like animatronic fucking mobile suits that fucking spray out all the people's blood. Those are Lokis, and they find out about this information because in his dying moment, the one Knight of Round that got sucked up after Norland said, "Be gone, you're not needed anymore." He sent an email to like the world saying what the fuck those are, all the commands, things like that. Sends it off. They get the information. He dies. And then, so now they know what to do with the Lokis. And so they got to shoot them from above. They got to gather them all and blow them all up simultaneously, things like that. And meanwhile, while this is happening, Ash goes after Norland and Rosé goes to try and shut down basically this giant fucking barrier that was erected by Norland.
Ooh, yeah, that barrier is big trouble. They got
yeah, basically. If you touch the barrier, if you touch the barrier, does it shut off your communications? I know the laser does that.
Yep. Everybody who's caught up in this barrier, like mobile suits won't work.
Yeah, you end up being just giant paperweight falling to the ground.
Yeah. So you got to get rid of that. Otherwise, you're not gonna stop Norland.
So Rosé tries, fails, and then looks up some information, finds out that redhead girl, what's her name?
Keep going. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's Nara.
Nara sends a secret location of where Rosé can get the information. Unfortunately, she needed it's bio protected. She needed an eye scan to get the information in because she didn't do it. Firewall got triggered and was just like, I'm locking you in here. I'm locking you in here, shawty. It's a wrap. You is not getting out.
Yep. So Nara has to come basically save Rose while this is happening, and then she eventually is able to get out. And while she's in the midst of trying to get out, we see the sacrifice from one of the resistance members, but there's still a fuck ton of Loki. Everybody is all like, they're all fucked up. Like, what are we gonna do? And then, did somebody save them this episode?
Nah.
Oh yeah. Who the fuck was it that saved them? Oh, what's his face? The knight that guards Sakuya. That knight comes as backup with some of his people. They're like, nope, we come in peace. We're coming to help you. We're all a team right now. One team, unified. We're gonna fuck him up. We're gonna fuck these motherfuckers up. So they come, they get rescued basically from that position, and then the rest of the episode is basically Ash versus Norland. And Norland, again, he defeats Catherine because he has these fucking lasers across all of his different mobile suit orifices that basically, if it shoots you, cuts your mobile suit, and then you're just a hunk of scrap metal, right? And so he tosses fucking Catherine off of a ledge. She falls to her supposed doom, even though she's not dead, probably, more than likely. We don't know that, but probably she's not dead. And so then Ash versus Norland, and Ash does a great job of avoiding them, dodging. He's getting all sorts of licks. All these licks early in the season were bodying all the Gundams and fucking not doing jack shit now to Norland. Nightmares. Sorry, nightmares. Yeah, you're not doing fuck all to Norland's nightmare, right? Nothing. Not doing nothing. And eventually, Norland lets out like 6 of these from all of his orify. He lets off all the laser beams. Ash gets caught up in the laser beam.
Nah. He dodges all of them, gets right up in his damn face, just to realize, oh yeah, bro, you didn't think I had one in my chest? You didn't think I had one in my mouth? Like, pause. Yeah. Like, he just beams them, and it's like, it's rap, bro. I'm gonna shut down your suit. I'm sitting there like, man.
By the way, I'm kind of upset they didn't show him killing Arnold.
It's, bro, there have been the pacing because this shit was a movie, because it was 3 movies, and they did the episodes like 3 OVAs. They even the pacing of this shit annoys the fuck out of me, because I feel like it was supposed to be 24 episodes, 25 episodes, 26 episodes, and it was like, bro, we gotta cut this shit in half to just 12, just for the sake of the format. And I feel like
they could have gotten away with 20.
24. You it need to be fleshed out. The one thing about the show that gets me the most is the pacing. I don't
24
like
episodes at 22 minutes. What is that? Like 260 minutes, something like that.
It's just the pacing, bro. Like, the one thing about the show that kind of gets me is the pacing. It's like, bro, we're already at the end. It's like we're at the end. It's like there was no emotional investment.
I want to know how much they cut out of the movie versus the 12 episodes.
I don't know. I'm not emotionally attached to nobody in particular. Like, I don't identify with no one like I did in Code Geass, like the OG. Like, it's better. Now, don't get me wrong. This is better than like the previous OVA that we got.
Akito.
This is better than Akito.
I would say so. I'd say so. And I love Akito more than you do, and I would agree that this is better than Akito.
Yeah, this is better than Akito. You know, and nothing's gonna come close to the original. Like, the original is, like, to me, top 3.
Well, yeah, this is fun. Yeah,
greatest anime of all time. But this one already had a high bar to jump in front of. I just think that they wasted, unless episode 4 they do something. I just feel like they wasted the cameos.
This is, to me, like, if I were to grade it, like, I graded Akito 4 out of 5. I graded, obviously, the first and second season of the Code Geass 5 out of 5s, and then this I would put it right now at a 4.25. I've got it at a 4.25. It's high for me.
We'll see where it ends up on my final list. We'll see where it ends up. Tomorrow is going to be a telltale factor in where it does land. It's going to come down to the 12th episode. I'm sorry.
It is.
Many shows get the episode 8, and I'm like, oh yeah, bro, this is going to be in the top 10, maybe top 5. This one right here, just to make the list, the 12 episodes, is really going to have to.
Really?
Just to secure it.
Mine is balls deep in my 10, dog.
Like this one, just to get a secure, just to get a spot on the list. Since we're getting to the last episode, it's gonna come down to the finale. It's gonna come down to the finale. The finale is gonna ultimately.
Are you even watching 13 shows?
Am I watching 13 shows? I picked up way more shows than I thought I have. Before we get to the final, I can go through Delico's Nursery, which is not going to be for this season. Let's skip that one. Alia, Nier, Love is Indivisible, Spice and Wolf, Magical Girl, and Evil Lieutenant. That's 5. No Longer Allowed in This World, 6. Mayonaka Punch, 7. Wisteria, 8. Heroines 9, Elusive Samurai 10, Dead Demons, Dead Destruction 11, Nokatan 12,
Nokatan making it 13, so I don't know.
12, yeah, 12. Let me see, 13 is gonna be 2.5.
Yep.
And
said Oshi, that's 14.
And then Oshi is 14. 15 is gonna be Suicide Squad.
Oh, you binged Suicide.
And then 16 is I'm still watching From Me to You on Netflix. So yeah. I got like 16. Yeah, like 16.
I'm at 18. So not too many more than me. Well, Nokatan ain't gonna make you 13. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, I got to. And then the crazy thing about me having 16 is I might pick up one more show to binge before this shit is all said and done for the seasonal. I might pick up one more.
Oh, you forgot Elf, 17.
Nah, I ain't gonna finish that shit, bro. That shit don't count. I'm just talking shit, bro. I ain't gonna finish. Oh yeah, Fairy Tail. I gotta pick up Fairy Tail because I'm gonna binge that. But I think that's gonna be ongoing. So if that's gonna be ongoing, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'd rather binge it later. Yeah. So that's probably gonna it.
Okay. Yeah. You got 16. So that's what, 3? It's gonna be near 13. It's gonna be higher. It's gonna be lower than I thought it was gonna be in your 13. I thought you were gonna put this in your 10. Like realistically, I was thinking about like where you would put Geass. I was thinking you'd put it in like I figured you'd put it somewhere between like 7 and like 9.
Wisteria, Oshi, and Elusive are the highest on my list. Not gonna say what order, but those 3 are the highest on my list.
Oshi and Wisteria are high on my list, and Samurai is a top 10 staple for me. I'm not gonna say where in the top 10, but it's in that range, right? That center range of between.
Bruh, I don't know when dead demons dead destruction ends, but goddamn, bro, this shit can easily top the list, bro. This is one of the best animes of the season, bro. I am no bullshit.
Not Starman. Matt doesn't talk about it too often, and I think Chris really does like it.
Bro,
that might be Chris.
Bro, this shit is the whole sleeper of the season. I be telling people like, bro, this is the fucking sleeper. Y'all ain't watching demons, bro. Dead destruction. Y'all sleeping, bro. Yeah. This shit is insane. But anyway, we got one more show left.
We got one more show. By the way, Baltimore is down 17-20. Fourth quarter just started, and Baltimore just scored a touchdown. I don't know if you had the football on. I've got it on this whole time, and yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Office. But in any case, football season, guys. Yay. Anyway,
football for your fans. So watch this on repeat.
For real. All right. Main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of the evening. 5 minutes scheduled for the undisputed #1 anime of the season. Oshi No Ko.
Undisputed. It's definitely disputed, but it's definitely up there high. It's pretty fucking high.
It's got a, I don't know, man. I maybe that's a spoiler, maybe not, but it's easy top 3 for me. I'll say that much.
Okay. I'm not easy top. Undisputed easy top 3 is undisputed. #1. I don't know. I gotta see, bro. We got too much anime left for me to like crown anything #1 right now. Anything
to me, bro. Real talk. I've said this in the past. She has to just fuck up royally to not be 1, or something's got to be like that stupendous.
Yeah, Oshi, like visually, what they've done with letting the story breathe in the midst of having background characters do a lot of weight lifting in these. They've carried several episodes with background characters, not even the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that is dope. Last week's episode, getting to see a what if of I living was kind of like, damn, bro. Like, watch out.
Yeah, that hurt.
Like, yeah, it's just like, damn, you get a what if, and you see Aqua just crying in his mom's arms because he really.
Bro, you know what would be dope? And I don't know this because I did spoil myself a little bit on the future of Oshi, but I don't know this for a fact, but I'm only speculating. I swear to you. What if I is reincarnated and they meet each other again somewhere?
Bro, I've been said that, like, if they got reincarnated because they died in that world, why the fuck, bro? Why, bro? I'm thinking like maybe I is like there. You know what I'm saying? Then when you
What
watch,
if I is splitting consciousness with Akane?
I kind of can tap into it. I feel like it would have to be like a curveball character that just comes out of nowhere. Like when you be watching the OP, you watch the OP, you see her sitting in the audience clapping, that
Yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah.
And or they meet a girl that reminds her of them.
Mhm.
And that's the reason why the fans, the fans just piss me off when they be
Mhm.
when they be on Kana so damn hard, and I'm just like, bro, Kana
No,
Kana
no.
actually
He is not the star here.
Kana gave this man a panic attack. He rebounded from it. Through thanks to Akane, brought them closer. Akane knows his secret. They gotten even closer.
Unofficially knows it.
Yeah, like I mean, he denied it, but he knows it.
You never know. She never confronted him of it.
I mean, she did, you know what I'm saying? But he played dumb. He was like, man, I know my stepdad fucking told you. I mean, I know my fucking, my mentor told you. I know I ain't did a great job of hiding this. So, that's between us. You know what I'm saying?
No one ever looked at the eyes and they're like, "Oh, who else has star fucking eyes?"
No fucking body. Like if y'all would look at Connor's eyes, Connor has these whole fucking
Akane does. Oh no, Akane gets eye eyes. But a lot of the girls, when they have their sparkle moment,
Connor has
it's planetary. It's
planetary
planetary.
eyes.
She's Mars. She's Sailor Mars.
But Connor gets like
Eye eyes.
no, Akane gets eyes.
Yeah.
Gets these constellation type sparkly eyes.
Yeah.
I like to fuck up like they did in the episode, like this episode, like when you see the scene when she comes to life. But oh man,
Mem has gotten those eyes too.
yeah, I think and the only thing that's been missing from this entire season is Ruby. Ruby has been missing in action.
Except for one episode where she for the first time went dark. She went dark eyed.
She went dark eyed like her brother. Her brother was super dark eyed. He had to pull himself out the abyss.
Yeah, he sure enough did, bro. That real talk. There are two pieces of this episode that really stand out. The first piece, obviously, is the continued acting of Aqua as he goes through the abyss, and he's having this introspective moment, like Sean alluded to, where basically we get the what if scene of what if I was still alive, and basically that's how he's able to pull himself out of it, is by thinking about like what could have been versus dwelling on what is, and so we get that moment. Incredible, absolutely stunning, incredible acting, mind-blowing to several folks. How he pulled that off, and that's his emotional acting, and it was fantastic from that piece. And then after that, they go to an after party, right? And the after party features a couple things. One, we see everybody together, but now Aqua sets his plan in motion from what he was in the bathroom for at the end of the last episode. I think it was the last episode where he was in the bathroom, and
it was this one. It was like right after the show, everybody getting ready for the after party. This nigga sitting in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was, and he's reading a paper, and it says DNA test. He's got a result.
He got a result, but we didn't know who he tested. So I'm like, all right, exactly. Who did you test? Who did you test?
So he starts trying to probe the director, right? And basically he starts asking probing questions, but he's already lit.
Start land. How did you start La La Land?
Yeah.
Like, man, we was a club, and then we end up being like, we end up doing this thing officially as like a real group, and then we end up running into some trouble.
What was the trouble?
15, 16 years ago, we ran into this big ass trouble, and I never do that shit again. Oh, you never do what again? Oh, man, I'm not gonna talk about that shit. But stop crying. Oh,
but the main actor, whose name I'm forgetting, the one he had the scene with, the one who had a lot of scenes with Kana.
His son. Yeah. That's the guy's. I guess I thought it was like his steps. Yeah, it's his son, stepson.
You just spoiled it. I was trying to build to it. It's Himekawa is his name. Himekawa's like, don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'll get him to tell us a story. So they go to a hostess bar after the show, and the director gets just pissed drunk. He's fucked up. He starts going in, and then he passes out. And so then we get to the finale of this episode, which is the big piece. Aqua's like, I really wanted to talk to you. I was waiting for this exact moment. I've got a paper. Paper's a DNA test. I ran a DNA test on you. Sorry, not sorry. It shows you're my half brother. We share the same father.
So
Tell me about your father.
The episode go off. I ain't gonna lie. When that shit hit me, I'm like, oh fuck. Like he's like,
bro.
Because I'm looking at like, oh wait a minute, is that the guy? Is that the guy that raped I? Because I'm gonna just call it a buck. Like she gave birth to Ruby and Aqua when she was, I don't know, 15 years old, which means she got raped at 14 by some creepy ass grown ass man who hit her with that whole, you want to be a star, don't you? You want to be a star, don't you? Like, no. So
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me nothing.
No, bro. I'm just gonna say that thought process. Rethink it. That's it.
No, bro. Don't tell me nothing, bro. That's my thought process. You can't tell me to rethink my thought process. It's my damn thought process. That's my thought process. That's how I look at it.
Well, I found out a little bit. I didn't deep dive. I did not deep dive.
Don't elude, bro. I told you, less is more with me. You can't tell me nothing.
All right, well, I can just say this about myself. Let me say this. I'm saying this about what I'm predicting next episode because I don't know.
No, because you got prior knowledge, so you can't base your production.
No, I'm curious to know. Like, no. I'm curious. What I was gonna say is this next episode. I'm curious to know how much they divulge about said person. That's it. I know more than what it is, obviously, but I'm just curious to know what we're gonna get this season. Because I don't read the manga. I don't know the pacing of the manga. I don't know where we're at in relation to it, so I can't go into those pieces. But having read what I read, I'm curious to know what they're gonna divulge next week. Because we did skip a week. It normally would have aired on Wednesday. We skipped a week.
I wait to the 11th to get a new episode. That really fucking blows. That's gonna kind of fuck up the end of the season. Type. Now we gotta wait a week, but we was gonna get it. Now it's like the end of the season gonna be here. We're gonna be like, all right, damn.
This is 13 episodes too, right?
This one. It is 13. I thought it was 11 this time around.
No, it's 13.
It's 13. So
we're gonna get it basically the week that we do finales. Or not the week that we honestly it might be the week we do awards. We might be able to do it. But in any case, I'm curious to see what they divulge and where the story leads to. That's all I'll say. But nonetheless, a bombshell.
But no, man. Aqua was statutorily raped or just flat out raped. I don't fucking know. Yeah. He just they did that to So I raised these kids on her own. And Ruby's kind of like, I thought the shit was gonna be more dragged out, him getting little bits and pieces of what's going on. I didn't think he'd get such a big clue, in season 2. So it's like, damn, you got this clue in season 2. I'm curious to see how his half brother's gonna react. He
didn't like his dad.
Well, I'm curious to see how he's going to react. Like the backstory, what is he gonna say about him? How is he gonna react? Like, man, get that shit out of my face.
Well, I can assure you, with the half brother and the dad is 100 billion% a piece of shit. 1 billion% a piece of shit.
Well, duh. Like, look at how you a grown ass man. You impregnated a 14-year-old, and I'm pretty sure you're a piece of shit.
You keep alluding to things that I want to go into and I can't.
And you can't, so don't. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. So I'm just like, yeah, bro, nah, bro. At this point, yeah, bro, because that's facts right there. So, but we gonna see on the 11th, man, how this conversation goes. And y'all manga readers, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Like let a nigga dream, bro.
You know what's crazy? I don't follow any of these sites, but they pop up on my feed.
Bro, because
I did Google this. I ruined this for myself. I did Google it, but in general, with the manga, with the premise of the manga readers, I'm on Twitter, and it's like, all right, it's like porn, wrestling, fucking wrestling, football.
No, my dress up, dark.
And then it's like, oh, manga panel this week on blank show,
bro.
They kissed, they fucked.
My dress up, darling. My dress up, darling, got spoiled for me. Yep. What was it?
Comey
got spoiled for me.
What's his name?
Nagatoro spoiled for me. Those all three of those. One day I'm just scrolling social media and someone lines up the final page.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, this week was incredible for manga readers," and it's just boom, 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 boom.
It is just right there, and I'm just like, "Fuck."
I'm surprised you didn't see What Oshi No Ko spoiler did you see?
None. Thank God. I've
Really?
zero, bro. I've seen absolutely zero.
I've seen one and I was like, no
I've seen
fucking way.
zero. You know
I
what?
seen one and I was like, no way, this is real.
You know
No
why?
way.
You know why I
And
know?
Matt was like, yeah, it's real. I was
You
like,
know-
what?
You know why I know I'm fucking good? It's because I dodged all those Attack on Titan spoilers.
I did
dodged
too.
all of them.
I waited years, but in any case.
Yeah, dodged them all. So no, man, you dodged the spoilers.
Nah, I seen one from Oshi and I was like, get the fuck out of here. No way. So that'll be interesting whenever the fuck they animate that. That'll be like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, on that note, anything else you want to add to the episode?
No, man, that's pretty much it, bro. I have nothing else to add.
Sounds good. Closing thoughts on the week?
It's been a pretty cool anime week. It's been a pretty cool anime week this week. I gotta catch up on practically nothing. I'm caught up on everything that I need so far. Everything is revealing the true colors on how everything's gonna go for the season.
Yeah.
I'm still slow burning my Netflix anime. Terminator just dropped. I haven't started it.
I heard rave reviews about that.
Yeah. I haven't started that. So I'm
like
gonna
people that watch Terminator but don't watch anime regularly, but have like dabbled in anime, are saying how it's like one of the best animes I've ever seen. Which doesn't mean much for people that don't watch anime consistently, but for those that have dabbled in it, and to say that about the show.
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna be watching some football, eating some wings, drinking some beer. So I'm not gonna get much anime watch tomorrow. Saturday I gotta go to a movie premiere. So I'm gonna be caught up with that. Sunday
Football.
Football. So
Friday, tomorrow I'm going. I'll probably catch the end of the game tomorrow, but tomorrow after work, so two of my friends just had a baby today. We got a little picture, cute little girl. Her name's Zaya. So I'm gonna go see their little baby for the first time tomorrow. Saturday I'm going to Dom Dollar, so that'll be dope. See Dom Dollar in concert. And then Sunday's football. I'm going to an actual like house party. Like normally I throw the parties for like these sets of friends that I have. This time they're like, "Oh, we throwing a party. Come over." And I was like, "Oh, by all means.
Awesome.
What do you need?" They're like, "Oh, just throwing cash for the food." No problem. I'll be there. So that'll be lit, and that'll be alcohol and shots and football. And then Monday will suck because back to work. I swear they should make like the first Sunday of NFL season, or Monday rather, that should be a fucking national holiday.
No, bro, it's not that serious. Now the Monday after the Super Bowl should absolutely be a holiday.
And that too.
I'll take that one. Like I don't need first.
I don't opening day. I don't know. I feel like
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna watch one game. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not a football fan. I watch football, but I'm like, bro, I don't watch every game.
I'm a football fan. I put on Red Zone. I watch Red Zone the entire fucking day.
That's good for them because I tell you right now, my team plays tomorrow, and after my team plays tomorrow, I don't give a fuck who wins or loses on Sunday. Only reason I'm gonna be watching it because the people I'm gonna be hanging with, they're going to be watching it, and that's gonna be the only thing going. Bro, I'm that person who, bro, Sunday after my team finish playing or whatever day they play, bro, I go right home. I go home and put on anime. Don't come over my house after the game thinking you finna smoke, drink, and chill and get lit. No, nigga, I'm gonna have some anime on. No, we done. I'm gonna put the PlayStation on. I'm gonna watch some anime. After my team done playing, bro, I'm not finna sit. No, bro, we're not finna. No, I don't do that. Monday Night Football. Oh, who's on? I don't give a fuck. I'm finna watch the anime that I missed over the weekend watching my team play. So yeah, bro, I'm that guy. I don't. Yeah, I'll weeb it out.
I'm in 5 different leagues, so I don't get those options.
What happened to the fantasy league? You supposed to send the invitation.
You never told me nothing about it.
I said I had my 20 ready. I said I got my 20 ready, bro. Let's go. I asked you about
it. I never heard nothing from many people.
I asked you about it yesterday. I said, what's up with the fantasy league?
All right, you know what? Next year, I'm gonna coordinate a whole rigmarole of fucking folks. We're gonna do a 12-man, 16-player league.
I mean, add me now. I don't care.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, it's already drafted. It's already started.
Oh, it's already started, player. I mean, you can realistically, I think you could draft like new teams up until like week like 2 or 3 or something. So you would just not be able to play these players. Like right now, the Ravens and Colts are playing, or not sorry, Colts, Ravens and Chiefs are playing. You won't be able to play those players, I think, this week. But
and then I don't even know who I could draft. Y'all done drafted everybody good by now.
Oh no, you can't add a team and then just grab players. No, it doesn't work that way. Once the draft is complete, you can't do nothing really until the following season. So
that's fucked up, man. Because I was asking you to do it, bro. I've been ready,
bro. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Normally, so it's interesting. Now my boy owes me a favor because he fucking made me join like a random ass league full of random ass Reddit players. And had I known that earlier, I probably would have just sent you the link. I'd be like, bro, join this, pay $50 because it's a $50 league. Pay this $50. Let's draft.
Thought you were gonna do the $20 league, man. Damn.
If it was my own, just to grab people initially, it'd be $20. But he did a $50, and it was open. It was open season basically. It's like you sign up, you join, or whatever, and then that's it. And we fill it to 12.
Well,
that was the case, though.
And hentai just got shut down.
I didn't say that, but I saw that this morning when I woke up. Literally, I opened Twitter when I woke up half asleep. First thing I said is like, "Oh, and hentai won't open," which is good and bad. Like, there's some good titles on hentai, but then like you type in a category and like 3/4 of the category is lowly. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, I don't need to see what I typed in lowly format. Can't do it. Can't do it, bro. Fucking Japan, bro. I don't know what it is with their obsession with like little boys and girls.
Whoa. This is not how we're going to close this out. I am immensely upset that I was not drafted into none of your leagues, Ethan. That hurt my feelings because I was looking forward to it. You brought it up, and I had my money ready, bro. That's fucked up.
I apologize, sir. And I've got you next year.
Oh, next year, that's too far away, my G.
Bro, time is very fleeting. Comes and goes before you know it, bro.
Apparently so. So does this show. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
We appreciate Sean for stopping by. Much obliged for keeping me company for these last 2 hours and 6.5 minutes as we go along. With that said, let's go ahead and close up shop. We want to thank our host, W2M Network. We want to thank our editor, Sean, for always editing and posting our show. You can catch our show weekly on wherever you catch your local podcast, whether that be iHeart, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon. Go ahead and type Otalku Cafe inside of Google. You will find us. You will find us on YouTube. You will find us on Twitch if you want to watch the live streams or just listen to the shows as a whole. We want to thank also Matt's collaborators. We want to thank Dirt Sheet Network. We want to thank Chair Shot Media. Them two always host us. We appreciate that. Go ahead and check them out. Their socials at Dirt Sheet Radio and at Chair Shot Media. You can follow Starman. Where can they follow you at, bro?
Man, you can follow me in person if you're cute.
I was gonna say, bro, you don't want some random ass like motherfucker like just come up to you like, you're Sean. I want to be friend with you. Let's go back to hotel room. I got a special drink for you.
We in the South. Be careful with that. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You can follow me on Instagram at Ninja Please Pod. You can follow me on X, aka Twitter, at aka Starman. So do that. And I'll tell you where to find my other shit once I launch my other shit.
Do that. You can follow me on my anime Instagram at AnimeDaisuke24. You can follow me on X at Showstopper24. You could follow, where else can you follow me on? You can follow the Otaku Cafe pages on Twitter and on Instagram. Just type in Otaku Cafe. Wherever you follow us, we have link trees where you can find our anime as well as our personal links and personal endeavors where to follow wherever we do our stuff. I can't do it as smooth as it's funny. I can never do it as smooth as Matt, but I don't like the way Matt does it sometimes. And it's like, I wish I could interject, but the way he just goes through it, it's like he's reading a fucking ad in like ×5 motion. It's incredible. So I can't.
Practice. That's all. Just practice.
It does. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, the cafe is closed. Bid you adieu. Sayonara, minasan. Goodbye, Sekai. Until next time.
When the sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you. But still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face. But hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice. But it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come